Juana held the boat still as Kino climbed in. Kino's eyes were shining with excitement as he slowly pulled up his stone. Then he pulled up his basket of oysters and lifted it in. Juana could see that Kino was excited. She pretended not to look at the large oyster. Juana always thought that if she wanted something too much, the luck might go away. Juana stopped breathing as Kino slowly opened his short, strong knife. He looked thoughtfully at the basket. Perhaps he should open the big oyster last. Kino took a small oyster from the basket, cut the flesh, and searched inside. Then he threw the oyster back into the sea. Then Kino looked at the big oyster. He sat in the bottom of the canoe, picked up the shell, and looked at it for a long time. The oyster was shining black and brown. Now Kino felt that he didn't want to open the oyster. The shine that he had seen inside might only be a little piece of shell. Under the water, a man could see many things that were not real. Juana's eyes were looking at Kino, and she could not wait. She put her hand on top of Coyotito's covered head. "Open it," she said softly. Kino quickly pushed his knife into the shell. The shell tried to close, but Kino pushed hard and the shell fell open. The flesh of the oyster moved, then was still. Kino lifted the flesh, and there lay a great pearl. The sunlight fell on the pearl and made it shine like silver. It was the largest pearl in the world. Juana held her breath and made a little noise. The song of the pearl was loud in Kino's head. The shiny pearl would make all of Kino's dreams come true. Okay, in English, that sentence that I just read is called foreshadowing. It like lets us know a little bit about the future of the book. Kino picked the pearl out of the oyster and held it in his open hand. He turned the pearl over and saw it was very beautiful. Juana looked at the pearl in Kino's hand. That hand had hit the doctor's gate. The broken flesh had turned gray and white in the seawater. Without thinking, Juana went to Coyotito, who was lying on his father's blanket. Juana lifted the seaweed and looked at Coyotito's shoulder. "Kino!" she cried suddenly. Kino looked up and saw that the poison was going out of the baby's shoulder. He saw that the poison was going out of Coyotito's body. Then Kino's hand closed over the pearl, and he put back his head and cried out loudly. His eyes rolled and his body was stiff as he screamed towards the sky. The men in the other canoes looked up surprised, and they paddled quickly toward Kino's canoe. Okay, so at least I just wanted to finish up the chapter. So, okay, he finds the baby has recovered so far?
No.
Hasn't covered.
Bad. Go bad.
Wait a minute, no, didn't the poison went out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Poison was going out of the baby's shoulder. It's going out of the Coyotito's body. Yeah, so we see that the baby is getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. And he lets out a scream because he's happy. And also he has the largest pearl. Let me just tell you something. Does anybody know anything about pearls?
Yeah.
Or sapphires? Or diamonds? You guys know this as well as I do. But often in pearls and gemstones, the largest is often not the best quality. You know, when you get a big diamond, it doesn't necessarily mean highest quality.
Yeah.
So, you know, he's got the biggest oyster, but we don't know if that's the best oyster. And that's what we'll find out. Because usually with oysters, the smaller ones are the more higher quality. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. It doesn't mean that the big ones usually are fake, you know. Do you like pearls? Yeah. Me too. Me too.
Thank you.
Questions? Class tango.
Okay.
Muy fast today.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, see everybody tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. We learned many words today. A lot of good words, good vocabulary. Okay.